Morning friends, happy Monday. Harry's return to the royal fold is impossible after his dramatic interview. Hold on a minute, let's stick with the facts. Not once in the 5 years post-Brexit has Harry asked to come back and be any form of working or non-working royal. They upped their life to a different country, they left, they turned their backs on the UK for a very good reason. And don't forget the most important point. Over the last 5 years, Harry has been doing exactly what we've been doing. We've been stood on the sidelines watching outright lies, misdirection, false information, spewing out of the non-working taxpayer-funded royal family on a regular basis. We've watched them take tens of millions of pounds in that time period. Actually, it's hundreds of millions of pounds in the 5 years out of the UK economic system to make themselves richer whilst doing very little. We've watched Andrew bounce from one scandal to the next scandal, to the next scandal, to the next scandal. He's watched it all. He's seen the same as us. Do you really think he wants his name, his wife and his children to be associated with laziness, theft, misdirection and scandal after scandal? No. He's away. Stay away, Harry. Keep building your life. As ever, comments are open. Have a brilliant Monday. Let me know what you think.
So King Charles, the King of England, choosing not to speak to his son because his son wants security for him and his family because of all the threats that they're getting. And people are okay with that. He doesn't deserve it. He left. He's not a royal anymore. But then when Meghan Sussex decides to create boundaries and not speak to her father, who sold his soul to the press and screwed her over, she's a narcissist and she's evil. Huh?
I wasn't going to say anything on this topic, but because there's been so much disinformation, I thought, let me do my research and let me come here and talk about it. And it's a report by a certain person's favorite media mouthpiece. And this mouthpiece said that when this person becomes king, they were going to strip the Duke of Sussex and the Duchess of Sussex off their titles. This is the problem. A lot of reports are conflating two different things. So there are different types of titles. So the Duke of Sussex is a formal peerage created by Queen Elizabeth in 2018, whereas the Duchess title, which is held by Meghan, is courtesy by marriage. Importantly, legal experts, they stress that a monarch or heir cannot unilaterally revoke a substantive dukedom, i.e. removing the Duke of Sussex title without an act of parliament. So you require an act of parliament. And fact checkers also point out that such reporting overlooks the constitutional limits, as one analysis notes that the king's power to remove titles is actually limited, and the parliament, they have to enact any changes to peerages. So let's move on to the next thing. The next thing is about royal styles versus peerages. As we know, Harry and Meghan offered back their titles to the Queen when they left, but the Queen refused to take them. I think we need to note that, because that's what's been missing in what a lot of people have been claiming. Harry actually said, you can take your titles back, but the Queen said no. So let's move on. So the Duke of Sussex is a hereditary peerage, and that was granted by the late Queen. That is a substantive honour and is listed in the UK's official peerage, right? So that is how substantive it is, because it's listed. It cannot be revoked by royal command alone. Only Parliament can legislate to remove or alter a peerage. Now, Meghan has a courtesy title, and she has that by virtue of her marriage to the Duke. That is why somebody like Fergie, even though she is divorced, she still has that title because she was married to a Duke. So, HRH, which many people are screaming and throwing up and sliding down the walls about, the HRH is an honorific title. It is not a title of nobility. Harry and Meghan were granted HRH status by the late Queen Elizabeth in 2018, but agreed in 2020 to stop using those styles publicly. This is very important because a private gift to a friend with a note is not public. I'll say that again. A private gift with a note to a friend is not public. And this honorific HRH is actually separate from the dukedom itself. So, after all that, what is the conclusion? This is the conclusion. The claim that William can strip Harry and Meghan of their dukedom and duchess title is unfounded under the current law. Harry remains the Duke of Sussex, a peerage only Parliament can abolish, and Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, remains that by marriage. It is a courtesy style without independent legal standing. The British monarch alone has limited powers. He could personally refuse to acknowledge the HRH in any style, in future official whatever, but he as a monarch alone cannot undo what has been done. No modern, and this is the important bit that I found, no modern precedent has existed for somebody to unilaterally strip any royal, working or not, of such titles. Even the Wartime Titles Deprivation Act required legislation. As one constitutional briefing notes, royal titles can therefore only be revoked via a formal process. Thus far, all authoritative analyses agree only Parliament or a new statutory mechanism, so only Parliament itself, or if somebody introduces a new bill or whatever, which I suspect is going to happen, it's already happened, because a couple of MPs have already said, why don't we introduce a bill so that we can do X, Y, Z. So we know that's where this person's, who is not even king, because he's waiting for his dad to die, we know he's focusing his energy on that, and good luck to him. But anyway, I just wanted to come and clarify things and say unilaterally, he cannot strip them of the title. But here's the thing. I've worked as a microbiologist, I've worked as a headhunter, I've worked as a CEO, I've done jobs like that, and I still have those titles on my CV, and I still have those titles on my biography, although I no longer work there. So yeah, have a think about it. I just thought, let me come on, let me clarify, because I'm a bit irritated with all this misinformation flying up and down. And I would love for the person who is so eager to strip other people of titles to actually put in some work, 4 holidays in 5 months, 4 holidays in 4 months. Hardly any events on the court circular. Not a very good look. So yeah, I would rather that person focus their energy into actually working and winning hearts and minds of the British public, as opposed to using the demonization of his brother and sister-in-law as a popularity boost. I said what I said. My name's Elizabeth.
Prince Harry is a lot smarter than I think we're giving him credit for. Let me explain why. Unless you've been absolutely living under a rock, this weekend, the decision came down from Prince Harry's court case ensuring his security, and unfortunately he lost. Literal minutes after this was announced, he was doing a BBC interview on the safety of his family. That interview is a scathing takedown of the royal family and the British media institutions in the most polite, gentleman way that only Prince Harry can do. Yet, if you looked at all the headlines that came out of the major publications in the UK, you would think that he was on his hands and knees begging to be reunited with his family. That simply was not the case. BBC, the network that interviewed Prince Harry after the decision came down, put out this statement which said that there were lapses when it came to that interview. I'm sorry, I'm not sure why journalistic integrity and letting an individual tell their story is a lapse in judgment, but it's clear that the royal family was in fact shook even. But the part that really gets me about the whole reaction to this is that people seem to be rewriting history. They seem to forget that there were actual credible, real threats that was investigated by the Met and reported on. So all these comments I'm seeing of, it was all a lie, she was never in danger, why do they need security? I promise you there's a reason. She had letters with white powders sent to her specifically. Okay, teenagers were being put to prison for calling Harry a race traitor. We're talking about their children. Because he's fully said everything, exposed what occurred behind the scenes, had a case which now puts a lot of this information out to the public, if anything, literally anything were to happen to him or his family right now, there would be such mass uproar and pushback against the royal family, love them or not. I truly believe that Prince Harry decided that if his own father was not going to protect him, his wife, and his children, then he had to do what he had to do to protect his, and he did. And then he headed on out. Prince Harry successfully used the British media machine that has been historically against him to his benefit, and that's why I think he's such a genius. I'd also just like to point out, I saw a lot of people online saying if they wanted security, they should pay for it. Go read the report. He was going to pay for it. All he wanted was for his people to get the information that only the police in that area could give them, and they said no. He was going to pay for it, guys. So let's rest that argument, okay?
Kate has more class. Like this? Oh yeah, real classy, huh? Or like this? Drunk picture, look, no shade on being drunk. We've all been there. We've all been there. But I'm also not throwing shade at somebody else. Or like this? Oh my gosh, so classy. Or like this. Again, no shade on being drunk. Have fun. But also, I'm not getting on the internet bashing somebody else for something that you don't even know if she's classy, because do you know her? Do you know Kate? And also, I'm sure you're saying Kate's classy, which means Meghan isn't classy. Are there drunk pictures of Meghan under these conditions, under these influences? I don't think so. And how would you know if Kate's more empathetic than Meghan? Because that's an awful personal thing to say about someone that you probably don't know. And also, I find it ironic how Meghan was so not relatable, but Kate is relatable? Yeah, so I don't know what class you're talking about, but according to these pictures, girl has a past. Nothing wrong with that, but I just thought I would point out the hypocrisy. Have a good day, bye!
I don't want black women to act like white women. I don't want black women to act like any other women. Therefore, I don't need any other women telling black women how to behave. Black women are clearly the standard, because why is everybody trying to target them and point the finger and saying, hey, we're better than them? You don't compare yourself to people who are at the bottom of the barrel. You compare yourself to the cream of the crop. That's what the world knows that black women are, the cream of the crop. And it just blows their mind because how? We tried to destroy black women. We tried to take everything from them. We tried to take their men from them. We took their kids from them. How are they still standing? How are they still strong? Why are they still so creative? Why do we want to be like them so bad? All the mannerisms, they take it from black women. Period. Come from black women. The way they like to dance come from black women. The music that they love is catered to black women. I never see black women comparing themselves to other races. I've seen us get up here and compete against each other, but I don't never see us get up here and say, oh, you need to be more like this race, or you should be more like this race. It's always them trying to compare themselves to us, telling us how to be. Everybody trying to tell black women how to be. And before y'all go saying I'm pandering to black women, whatever. Because I feel like as black men, it's our job to correct each other. It's our job to sharpen each other. Man sharp as man is iron sharp as iron. Like black women are the ones who need to check black women. Anytime it's a black woman getting up here beside herself, a black woman need to stand up and check her. Anytime a black man up here bashing black women, a black man need to stand up and check her. Because we don't hear it coming from the opposite sex. Y'all, please start asking yourselves why are these people watching us so close and we're not paying attention to nothing that they doing. Just like Cat Williams said, everybody knows that we the truth except us. They just spread all this fake propaganda amongst the world, making the world feel like black people are untrustworthy and black people aren't loyal. But the whole time, y'all still watching us. Why? Because we the truth.
In truth, Michelle's attitude is, boy, you go out and sell some books, that's fine, because that will pay for some of my shoes.
Have Malia and Sasha read the book?
They have not. You are never a prophet in your own land. Their attitude is, we've got better things to do than to read your boring, rants and raves. They promise at some point they will, which in truth, I think it took them like 10 years before they finally picked up my first book. So I suspect by the time they're 30, they will have read it.
We're all very clear on why they're going after Ibrahim Traoré and Burkina Faso. It's because Ibrahim Traoré is going to give Africans free education. And because Ibrahim Traoré is doing the right thing by its citizens and making sure that people there have a home. Ibrahim is looking out for the people of Burkina Faso, not himself. He is becoming extremely popular amongst the youth across the African diaspora. So it is no surprise to me that they are now trying to take this man out because your accusations are definitely not working. And even the president of South Africa has stated they reject your allegations against Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The bottom line is the French and America are being pushed out of these people's resources, which is only fair. The audacity of the West to think that they should have some rights to anything this president has in his country is crazy. Because if anyone were to come to America and stake claim over our resources, we would lose our shit.
Oh, they are mad now. Now we've heard that they want Burkina Faso's leader, Ibrahim Traoré, out, and AFRICOM General Langley is accusing Traoré's government of diverting Burkina Faso's gold reserves for personal security rather than the welfare of the people. Let's be honest, is it really the people they're worried about, or the sudden loss of access to West Africa's vault? Because for those of us paying attention to West Africa's glow-up knows that Captain Traoré's first move after claiming leadership was reclaiming Burkina Faso's sovereignty over its natural resources by revisiting old mining contracts and letting foreign investors know, whether in Australia, Europe, or North America, that if he didn't like the new terms, the door was right over there. See, he isn't acting alone. You got the Sahel Alliance going on. Obviously, the leader of Burkina Faso, Abdurrahman Chiani of Niger, and then you got Assimi Goïta of Mali, all making the same power moves, kicking out foreign bases, reclaiming their natural resources, building self-reliance. So why are foreign agencies laser focused on Ibrahim Traoré? It's because he is a young African leader influencing Africa's youth, which is the largest demographic on this planet, and that's a huge problem. He's not talking under the table. He's making it clear that Africa's poverty is manufactured and is resonating a lot with everybody, especially the youth who are fed up with how things are. And instead of him being a quiet leader in the corner, he's being seen as a symbol and a catalyst for revolutionary change. And that's the reason why they need to silence him by unnecessary means.
Yo, what is this I'm hearing about how France and the US want to arrest Ibrahim Traoré? Are you taking the piss? Like this man didn't kick France out of his country. Like this man didn't open up 2 tomato processing plants. Like this man didn't make medical health care free for all, no matter what your status is. And recently, over the last couple of days, made education free up until uni. And the dirty, stinking colonizers want to arrest him. Are we supposed to act like France didn't have its hands around Burkina Faso's throat for how long? And now we have a leader who's doing what no bumperclut cowardice African leader has done. And you want to arrest him on what charges? Listen, as a black people, if there's one thing we can all unite around the globe, it's because of this man, you understand? And he needs to be protected, all costs, spiritually, physically, mentally. He needs to be protected by every single one of us. They already tried to take his life 19 times, yeah? And it's clearly going up. So I suggest you start praying for this man, praying for his life, praying for his family, praying for his country. And to all of you cowardice African leaders, yeah, if they try and step to Traoré, you need to prove yourselves and try and protect him. Send military, send resources, send everything you can to make sure that he protects his country. That's what you should do. But we know how it goes already with you African leaders. You rather fatten up your pockets rather than look after your people. Some of you don't even deserve to be leaders, because if you're not even putting your life on the line for your people, for your country, what the hell are you doing trying to run it? You see how Ibrahim done it? And it only took him 18 bumperclut months. Yeah? And some of you have been leaders for over 20 years. Your people should spit in your face for the way you leaders left them high and dry and living in poverty and fattening up the pockets of the West. So come on, cowards. Show us what the heart of a lion is. Show us if you can live up to Ibrahim. Show us that you can rise to the occasion. Give us something, anything to be proud of.
President Traoré is standing up. He is saying the natural resources in Burkina Faso, they belong to the people of Burkina Faso. Niger is doing the same thing. Mali is doing the same thing. Every leader must look at what's happening in the Sahel nations to say, like anybody else, you must take care of your people. You have your natural resources. You have everything you need to take care of your people. Why do you continue to be beggars? Look at what is being brought in by not only USAID, but all the NGOs in your country.
Why are the Americans threatening Burkina Faso? Why is Trump going to back for the French and going after this guy? Why is the head of the U.S. AFRICOM, the Africa Command, talking about the need to secure Burkina Faso's resources? Because this guy is the boogeyman to European imperialism. He's a young black African Muslim Marxist who is digging out the French deep state in Africa. French colonialism never ended in Africa. The French have a very effective deep state in Africa. Through the banking system, through fake ownership of the natural resources of Africa, they have been able to maintain economic and political and military control over much of their former colonies. Most of the wealth of France is still stolen from Africa. The gold that fills their banks, the uranium that powers their metropolis, all of this is looted from Africa. When they pulled out, they installed a deep state with corrupt rulers that they could pay off in order to get resources for practically nothing. And Traoré is ending that system. The French created a banking system for Africa that gives France basic entire control over those nations' economies. The Africans actually have to borrow their own money at interest from France. The gold mines, the uranium mines, all the natural resources in these countries are treated as French property, and Traoré has been making them property of the Burkinabe people. And as leader of the Alliance of Sahel States, his neighbors have been joining in on it. France has been getting driven out of Africa. Some good information on it. Check out the Al Jazeera documentary, The Gold Mafia, from Al Jazeera Investigates, or this Caspian Report video about how the French bank basically owns a bunch of African countries. Now, while Trump probably does not have any direct financial interest in the French Empire, there's what they always called the threat of a good example. The reason they tried to kill Fidel Castro so many times and blockaded Cuba was not just because of the loss of the banana fields and sugarcane fields. It was that if driving imperialism out of a country improves the standard of living in that country, then there's the threat of a good example of other countries replicating. So any country that dared to defy imperialism had to be severely punished. And what Brother Ibrahim has been doing and the Alliance of Sahel States have been doing has been improving the standard of living in their countries by using those resources for those countries, and that is a threat to imperialism worldwide. There's been something like 20 or 21 coup attempts or assassination attempts on him so far, and they're not going to stop. This guy is perhaps the single greatest threat to the imperialist world order right now. Tomorrow, April 30th, there's supposed to be a continent-wide protest for him across Africa. His cause is being taken up all over the continent, and it is a wonderful thing.
Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader, Ibrahim Traoré, the youngest leader of any country in Africa, was just offered by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia to allow Saudi Arabia to build 200 new mosques in Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré is a Muslim man, but he responded to Mohammed bin Salman with a different suggestion. He said, "I greatly appreciate your offer, but my people can pray anywhere. If the people of Gaza can continue to pray, why do my people need 200 new mosques right now? Maybe one day that would be great, but right now, the people of Burkina Faso need new hospitals, new schools, new jobs to simply stay alive amid the threats of Western aggression." This exceptional leadership from Ibrahim Traoré exemplifies why the West has tried to unalive him at least 16 times now over the past 2 years. The West fears a truly sovereign and brilliant mind and a young leader like Ibrahim Traoré who has the capacity to take Africa into a sovereign and free future.
A top US Army general has come out in a public statement saying that President Ibrahim Traoré is using his country's gold to make himself untouchable. The general claimed that Traoré is trying to avoid any outside help by using this gold as a shield to protect himself and his government. But here is where things got even more surprising. The US chose a general of African descent to make this statement, and even suggested that this same general might be sent to handle the situation personally. Yes, you heard that right. A black man from the West may be used to go after a black man leading real change in Africa. Many Africans are now asking, why is the West always trying to interfere when African leaders start standing up for their people? Why try to stop a man who is building schools, hospitals, and helping farmers grow their lives? Traoré has not responded to these new claims, but he has made it clear in the past that Burkina Faso is for the people, not for sale, and not for outside control. Africans across the continent are now standing with him. On social media, thousands are posting, "We support Traoré. Africa must stay independent. Let us protect our own." This attempt to pressure an African leader through fear and manipulation has only made his supporters stronger. Whether you're from the East, West, North or South, one thing is clear: Africa is watching. And we will not bow. This is Pan-Africa News, where we tell it as it is.
So I say to all of you in this room and all who are watching by television, We need to pray for our brother and his family and warn America, leave that brother alone.
This TikToker, her speech is going viral. She's a Pan-Africanist from Ghana, and she gave a speech about Ibrahim Traoré. Listen.
And so enough is enough. We read the history books about Sankara, we read about Lumumba, we read about Nkrumah, we've read about them. I'm not going to sit down for my great-grandchild to read about Traoré being killed. So as long as I am alive, I will stand and fight for Africa. I'm not walking just like this. This is a spiritual battle. We have gone to the rivers, we have called the ancestors, we are fighting for Africa, and that is why I am here. There's no way I will live and watch them kill Traoré. Touch Ibrahim Traoré, you touch every black person in the world. We will not take it. France, USA, bugger off and leave Africa alone. That's why I'm here. Ibrahim, I like.
She said enough is enough. Leave Africa alone. She named all those past leaders that gave their life for Africa. And now, these other countries, France, US, they want to go after Ibrahim Traoré. What do you guys think about this? Is this a spiritual battle going on? Let me know. Comment below.
Hello, my people. Lady Rosie here. How y'all doing? I am really mad today. Anyway, my new subscribers, y'all welcome, and my returning subscribers, y'all know I love you, my kings and queens. I'm just so mad today because I was following this African politics. Apparently, these people here, these racist Christian nationalists of this new orange dudes, and what do you call it? This new stupid administration, this orange dude's administration sent this housing ninja, this black dude who is one of the generals. Right now here, guess what? I want that Hegseth to clean all of you asses and show his real racism towards all these stupid generals. This guy definitely still has this colonial mind in his brain, and you know those housing ninjas were the same housing ninjas who sold other black people. It's them. It's not different people. It's exactly those black people in power who actually go ahead and unalive their own. This guy ain't no different than all the kings who sold our people back in the slavery time to these English people. They're not different than all those people who sold our people to Arab people. I'm telling you, this thing pisses me off. Whose general is this month? Who is this stupid white black man? Who's being commissioned to do wrong to his people? Who's commissioned to go to Africa and talk smack about President Traoré, who is trying to fix that Africa and fix that Burkina Faso and tell the African youth to stand up and to free themselves from all this slavery and colonial mind. And here comes a black general, a Marine, going to Africa to tell on his people, shamelessly stating that Traoré is misusing the gold and the minerals of Burkina Faso. It does not belong to you, stupid man. You need to sit down there, mind your damn slave mind and colonial mind business. You are so stupid, I don't know who gave birth to you. I'm ashamed for your mother. Your mother is not an auntie that I even want to respect right now here. If she raised a black man against his own, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. And right now here, I am just waiting for Hegseth to do everything that he's doing to y'all guys with a stupid colonial mind. Wipe y'all guys' asses down from that place there so we won't see y'all guys again. What do you have to do if they are misusing their gold? Is it yours? It's their country's minerals, for God's sake. When the white man, their Western governments are misusing their resources and are leaving Africa poor, they are treating them with all those USAID money. This is stupid NGO money it's not helping nobody. It's not educating the children in Africa. And you are sitting down there with your little blood you are, you're gonna die miserable, and I can't wait for you to even not even be alive in your damn sleep. You are shame over the black race. You are shame. You are a shame of Africa. You inherited our blood, and that's how you're gonna start treating our own. And you remember, anyone who dared to stand to these people does not live anymore. Remember the Pan-Africanists. Remember Patrice Lumumba. Remember Martin Luther King. Remember all the other leaders, the Pan-Africanists, how they were unalived on this planet. And right now, you, a black son with African blood, doing what you are doing. Shame on your mother. You are a loser. I can't wait for these racists to show you who they really are and what they really stand for. And right now, I promise you, your mission will not succeed. And therefore, these people, these racists that you are licking their asses, those people are gonna show you who they really are. Just wait. There were some good generals here who got laid off. Remember General CK something? He was a black man with integrity. That guy got removed because of DI. Just wait for your ass how long they're gonna keep you down there. I feel sorry for your sorry ass. You are a loser. And you know who you are. I did not even try to kind of remember your name because you're shame of my race. You are shame to men. I can't talk. I can't talk anymore. So guys, let's go back to the successes. Everybody's talking about this title thing that this bullion guy's gotta remove the title. Y'all heard this queen of mine here spoke about it thoroughly. She did research. This microbiologist sister of ours, the wonderful, smart, educated, intellectual sister, Elizabeth Solari. She told y'all guys everything about all those titles, how they work, and we don't really care about no title. Title does not make any black woman being a queen. Title does not help any black person, a man, to be a king. So sit down with your damn stupid titles and take those titles and shove it down your whatever you know. Stop your people with all those nonsense. Meghan was known out here on Suits before all this stupid titles of yours. Take the titles. What is that gonna do? By the title that she got by that marriage, she's not gonna leave it. She is married and she's gonna stay married forever. And you can't do anything to her. The world is kind of scared for the successes. I tell you, the world has changed. The world ain't the world of Diana time when you were just doing stuff and just go around with everything and put it under your feet. I don't know, like whatever. And guess what? Thank God California is blue state and the governor of California loves that couple and protects them with all his power. You heard everything that he came out here saying about the successes. God bless you, Governor Newsom, even though these days here you came up with all those podcast stuff that kind of did change my opinion of yours a little bit. I don't know what to think right now, but anyway, I do appreciate the sincerity that you do come out here with to talk positively of the successes and to protect my sister, our queen, Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan. Thank you for protecting that couple and continue to do the Lord's work, and God is going to protect, is going to bless you. And this guy is here in the UK, all those stupid people coming from all these media to talk all smack about trying to compare Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, to her mother-in-law and thinking that they will do anything that they did to her mother-in-law to her. Guess what? This is America. This is not where you have this stupid monarchy like yours, where you rule with no laws, with no democracy whatsoever. Everything is just done with corruption. You want to get a citizenship. That king tells those people, well, you need to become my friend and you need to donate to me, and I'm gonna get these people, the Homeland Security, to grant you the citizenship. The documentary some people made is on here on the internet. Don't take my words for it. This dude actually did promise some people British citizenship in exchange with with money to donation to his trust fund. I don't know if it was Prince of Wales fund, or I don't know, whatever you call those money. But do your research, type into Google, and Google is gonna tell you the truth about that guy. So those people do not go off of democracy, and those people so corrupt, and those people are afraid of powerful people, because when you have power, according to them, you are God. But guess what? God is gonna confuse all of your guys together, bullion with your father. I don't really see all guys gonna be here for too long. And the way that bullion dude looked the other day when they had their victory celebration, those people look weird. And did you all see that guy did not even stand with his ex-wife? They were just there. That Mambos was there with the kids behind, and that other one was this way here, this the closet gay guy, Prince Bully. Yeah, so, and also people are talking about the reconciliation that Prince Harry is talking about. He is really not talking about the formal reconciliation. He just want to make himself being respectful, like, because he's a child. He's like, well, daddy, let's put it down and talk. And so if he didn't do that, the world will still putting him in the wrong side of history, because he knows his father. He said it on purpose just to position himself in all this stupidity that family is kind of creating out here. I'm really so mad today. I just can't talk. You know, anything that kind of touches Africa touches me personally. And when I see my black people, my blood, my DNA, the people that I share identity with acting stupid, that hurts me more than anything. I will watch any other race do anything there. It does not bother me. But when I see my people, my own blood doing stupid stuff, I'm telling you, that bothers me so much that I don't even know to cry, to scream, or to say. I don't even know. So on this note, I'm gonna let everything go so I could calm down, and I'm gonna talk to you all guys again tomorrow. Please do not forget to subscribe to all the success friendly channels, and in particular go to Isabella Back's channel. We're trying to get those 10,000 subscribers. And also do not forget to go to my brother Byron's channel. That's the Raw Success. That's our main big channel that is out here helping all of us. So y'all guys go there, bless the brother. Let's try to get him those 10,000 subscribers. My queens, Connie Balma, I did see your big subscription yesterday. I never seen anyone purchasing the subscription of my channel for a good 8 months. I don't know what to say, my queen. I do appreciate you. Thank you very much, and I thank you for supporting all of the success friendly channels. God will bless you and your generation, and all my other queens and kings here. I do appreciate all your messages down here. I do appreciate all your encouragement messages. I do appreciate the ones sharing my videos, the ones liking my videos, the ones sharing commenting about underneath my videos. God bless you all. One love. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow. Bye for now.